Alright, who's ready to get edumacated up in this bitch? Because that's what we're doing today. I'm kind of sick, which is why I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I feel like I can hear it in my voice, but maybe that's because my ear feels clogged and also I just can't. My nose is stuffed, so my voice is probably all like meh, 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 meh. So, grab some cocoa, grab a dog, and let's get edumacated on pectus excavatum. I just said a Harry Potter spell. So pectus excavatum. Let's power up the old computer and do a bit of research. Not that I already haven't, because, you know, I've got it. So, pectus excavatum. What is it? My chest caves inward. I will show you in a little bit. I just don't know how comfortable I am stripping on camera. Here's a little snippet of me doing it on Snapchat, like showing it off. I don't think it really does it justice. It looks worse to me when it's like when I'm laying down or when you can directly see it like from the side, which is what I tried to do. That's why I'm like twisting back and forth. So it caves in. Why? Nobody knows. There's no direct cause for it as far as anybody's concerned. I was born with it, which means there was a chance that when I went through puberty, there was a chance it could have gotten worse. I think it might have, just because every time my mom or dad saw it, like, as I was growing up, they always thought it looked worse. To me, I can't really tell because I've lived with it for so long, so if it's slowly caving in, it's kind of hard to tell unless I see like a before and after. It's kind of like with hair. Like, you don't notice how long it's getting until, like, you remember where you started from. So I was born with it. There was a chance it could have gotten worse. It did probably get a little bit worse, but not worse to the point where it is affecting my heart and lungs in any sort of way. So my heart and lungs were fine. Some people aren't born with it, but they do get it when they go through puberty, just because with growing and everything, I guess sometimes it gets fucked up and it just decides, let's grow this way. Bad. It's been... my mom only just now realized that it's been causing me chest pains since I was 10. I've always known there was pains, and I've told her, but she would always say, it's growing pains. I don't know why 5 years ago she didn't make that connection, because I stopped growing in, like, 9th grade. But her excuse was always, it's growing pains, your heart and your lungs are fine. Okay, but my chest itself isn't, mother. So finally, we just went to the doctor, like, a month ago. I went to the doctor, like, a year ago on my own, and they sent me to Iowa Heart. Fuck that place. Because they did the same test that I was given when I was 10, and I first had chest pains. Even though I told them, I was like, hey, I've had these tests before. My heart and lungs are fine. And they were like... the doctor had, like, felt that he, like, put his hand in the concave area and then on my back, and he's like, yeah, but there's not a lot of room. So I think that's another reason why I think it got worse, is because there's not a lot of room. And he was like, so let's do these tests again. And I was like, oh, fuck. Found out the same thing. Hey, your heart and lungs are fine. And I was like, cool. I knew that. And then, I'm not kidding, they said to me, if the pains continue, let us know. Bitch, you didn't do anything about the pains. Of course they're gonna continue. So I just gave up on that. I was like, you guys are fucking stupid. Oh, here's an actual definition of pectus excavatum. So pectus excavatum is a structural deformity of the anterior thoracic wall in which the sternum and rib cage are shaped abnormally. This produces a caved-in or sunken appearance of the chest. It can either be present at birth or develop after puberty, like I said, see? Common, more than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. Treatment can help, but this condition can't be cured. Yeah, it kind of can. There's surgery for it. Really self-diagnosable, no shit. Lab tests or imaging rarely required. Chronic, can last for years or be lifelong. I'm a lifelong, boys. Pectus excavatum is often noticeable shortly after birth and typically worsens during the adolescent growth spurt. It's more common in boys. I just got the luck of the draw, guys. It may be associated with genetic or connective tissue diseases. In severe cases, pectus excavatum can look as if the center of the chest has been scooped out, leaving a deep dent. That's what I look like. I look like someone just took an ice cream scooper and just went whoop. That's such a weird analogy. People may experience pain areas in the chest. Weird. Whole body fatigue or inability to exercise. Exercising sucks for me. I can't run, like, at all, because, like, if I go, like, full sprint, I will probably, it fucking hurts. It kills me. Like, I can do a very fast speed walk to a jog. Because when they were doing one of the tests, they did like an EKG thing on me while I was like on a treadmill, and they were like, oh yeah, so we want you to hit this heart rate or until your chest hurts. And I was like, fuck. I hit the heart rate first. I don't know if that's good or bad. But like literally, because it got faster as time went on. The most I did was I just was fastly walking, and this was when me and Gavin were together. He was like, can't wait to see you like run. I don't think I've ever like actually seen you like full on run. And I was like, if I don't have to, I'm not running. Guess who didn't have to run? The most I did was a very, very brisk speed walk. Also common, physical deformity, coughing, palpitations, or shortness of breath. I do get shortness of breath sometimes. Like a lot of the times when I'm getting like chest pains. Oh, sometimes it's not even with chest pains. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not getting enough air in my lungs. Again, don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, obviously it's bad if I'm not getting enough air in my lungs, but you know what? I addressed that with the doctor, and so far he's doing other stuff for it. I don't know what's happening. I am actually starting to go to the gym with my mom and my sisters. Again, so far, haven't run. Treatment depends on the severity. Pectus excavatum doesn't usually require treatment, though physical therapy may help if symptoms develop. Rarely surgery is needed to correct the condition. So I could do like physical therapy or the bone surgery. Like how it says rarely surgery is needed, but in all cases that I have like looked up, or like the very few videos on YouTube, there's not that many, especially like, or I get, because I'm always curious. I want to know like how this affects women more or less, because I'm a woman and it's rarer for women to have it. So I don't feel like I could connect on like the same level as a man having it as a woman. So like I always look up like women. There's like I think 4 or 5 videos that I found. There might be more now because it's been a couple months, but the ones that I found, it was like all of them had the corrective surgery, and I was like, what? Me too? What? But so what we found out about me, I don't know the name of it. Forgot the name of it, and even if I did remember it, I can't pronounce it. So fuck. My mom finally took me to her doctor because we were tired of not being listened to. I told him the whole story, how like they noticed it when I was first born, and they told my mom when I was a baby. It's not gonna affect her in any way in her life. Like she won't have any complications with it. Bet. Told him how I went to Iowa Heart, or told him how I've been having the pain since I was like 9 or 10. I did all the tests and my heart and lungs were fine, and then we told him how a year ago I went again just because the pains have gotten worse. Worse to the point that no pain pill I take is helping, but I'm used to the pains. So to me, it feels like I'm being stabbed. Some person would be like, ow, I would probably cry. Yeah, guess what? I don't cry because half the time I'm like doing something and I'm busy. And I've lived with the pains for so long, I'm used to them, which is probably bad. I probably shouldn't be used to this type of pain. And then so since my mom decided that they were growing pains and I was kind of tired of hearing that answer, I started keeping a log of every single time I had a chest pain, and this was from like November to February. I haven't been doing it recently. I have one from yesterday and today that I need to log, and then there's a couple from in between then that I haven't, so whoops. But so I had I showed him like my how I describe it and like what I'm normally doing at the time. Most of the time, because I don't think it's one thing that's causing my pains, because it's not when I'm being active, it's not just when I'm at work. It'll happen like anytime. I'll be laying down, I'll be watching TV, I'll be doing something else. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, the pain will happen. Nothing will save me. And then I had also told him, I was like, so first I would take ibuprofen for it, and that seemed to work fine. Then eventually ibuprofen stopped working after a couple months. So then that's when I found Aleve, and I started taking that, and that worked for me. Again, a couple months after, it stopped working. So then when I went to the doctor, they gave me what they said was, it was basically really strong ibuprofen, and they were like, I have no doubt in my mind that this will help you. Guess what? It did for a couple months, and then it stopped working. So he's got me on new pain pills so far, because it's only been about a month. They are working. So what he said is the tendons on my ribs, they're stressed from being pressured down this whole time. And so that's what's making me have like these sharp stabbing pains. That's what's making me like not be able to breathe sometimes. I don't know what this has to do with it. I've heard he has me on like acid reflux medicine for 3 months. I don't know why. I forget. I don't know what that had to do with it. I think it's because like my chest is caving in, like it's making all that come up, I guess. But it's because the only thing I remember is he was like checking my throat and whatnot, and he was like, yeah, your throat's kind of red. Do you have like any problems with like acid like from your stomach, or like, you know, like kind of puking in your mouth? Nope, I don't. And he's like, well, I think you do. And then he put me on that. I don't know why. So growing up with this, all right, as a child, when you have something abnormal about you, you don't really notice something's wrong with you because you live with it. So to you, it's completely normal. To your siblings and your family, it's completely normal because they've been around you and you've been this way your whole life. So it's like completely normal for them. So to me, like, I never felt really different when I was at home because it was always there. It was always apparent that I had it. In like elementary school, nobody ever saw me shirtless at all. So, you know, that was, again, it was completely normal. Because I didn't ever talk about it in like elementary school unless it was with like some of my close friends. Like one of my friends, I don't know if I should say her name, but I'm going to. One of my best friends, Stevie, growing up, she knew about it, but that's only because we were kids, so we had changed in front of each other. But again, it was just like a normal thing. So like I didn't ever really like talk about it to people because again, I didn't start having chest pains until I was around 10, and when I was 10, I did tell my because when I had missed some school to go to the doctors and whatnot. I had told one of my best friends in like 4th grade, I told him about it, and I mean, again, he didn't really think anything of it because we were like 10. So we didn't really like know anything about it. Going swimming as a kid, again, didn't really think anything of it because I'm a kid, so I don't pay attention to like other people staring at me because I'm a fucking kid. If people are looking at me, I don't really pay much attention, or I don't notice that they're looking at me because I am busy doing my own little thing. But once I hit middle school, when we had to start changing in front of people in the locker room, that's when I kind of realized it wasn't normal. And it would, because that's when like people would stare at me. Nobody ever said anything to me, but their stares did get to me. Like, I didn't like them looking at it because, like, that's when I realized, I was like, oh, this isn't normal. Like, not everybody is used to seeing something like this. I then started to wear like tank tops underneath all my shirts, so that way when it came to change for PE, I would be covered up and they wouldn't notice it. And then when I would go swimming, I finally, like, because I really like two pieces, but it kind of doesn't help when you've got a thing that you're trying to hide. I started wearing, like, I have swimsuits that, like, have, like, a little fringe thing that drapes over and it'll hide it. Or I would wear, like, one pieces when I was, like, 12. So it was just, like, it's people made me more aware that it wasn't a normal thing to have, but no one ever directly, like, said anything to me about it. It was more or less, like, I could tell they were kind of, like, judging me for it, and they were just wanting to know, like, what the fuck is that? Which, again, if I knew, I would, you know, be happy to say, but I don't even know what the fuck it is. So I guess let's get into the meat and potatoes of it and show ya, because I feel like I've done enough rambling, and it's time to show the world. Again. Except more people this time. Okay, so already through my shirt, you can kind of see where one of my ribs flares out, which is another thing that it will cause, is it can cause ribs to flare out because this is caving in, so it's pressuring that out, I think. I don't know. But this one isn't like that. This one's normal for the most part, I think. I don't know. I don't know what normal is. But so, I don't know if this is like a... I'm wearing a fucking... Okay, there we go. So, oh my god, you can see my ribs. Damn, girl, get some meat on them bones. So, for me, it goes to about, like, my knuckle. Like, if I were to do, like, a direct side shot, we'll do it on this side, just because that's the side where the rib flares out. So, if I were to do that, it's like it almost goes to my knuckle, where it should be flat. So it's just kind of, I feel like I'm just about to, like, flash everybody, but you know what? That's what we got sensors for, am I right? So it's just so gross to look at. I wonder if I can get, like, a shot of me laying down. We'll try that, because then it'll, I feel like that would do it more justice. Ugh, sup? So it's just, I don't like looking at it. I mean, from looking at it from, like, a different perspective, it's just weird, because I'm used to seeing it, like, straight down or in a mirror. I'm not used to, like, this whole, hey, look it. So this is the rib that flares out. And then this one I think is normal. I don't know. But I mean, it's bad. It was my life, like, living with it. I never really got bullied for it. And I was lucky enough that when I did have 2 real boyfriends, they never judged me for it. It never, like, bugged them or anything. Which I am grateful for, because that just means my taste in men are pretty great, even if they did turn out to be assholes in the end. But little do they know, I can be a bigger asshole, which they both found out. I'm just trying to accept it more myself and come to terms with it, because I feel like it's not gonna go away. I'm not gonna... At this rate, I have very high doubts of me ever getting it fixed. I've done research on, like, the procedures. There's 2 of them. One of them sucks. I forget the name of it. But the one that typically does help and cures it is the NUSS procedure, N-U-S-S. It, basically, they put in a metal bar and it'll, like, pop your chest back out. I've done research on, like, questions I should ask or be aware of when it happens, as I should ask about. Anyways, there was a video where someone had the NUSS procedure done and her ribs flared out afterwards and they didn't before. So that means I have to worry about, like, if they will fix that when I'm under, so that way this doesn't flare out more, and then this one doesn't start to flare out. That's all I got. That is my life with pectus excavatum as a woman. But if y'all have it, let me know how you live with it. And yeah, it kind of sucks. Fuck you, Simon. Why do I always record after I shower? I just like my hair wet, I guess. Wow, if I sneezed one more time, dogs could have heard me. Oh my god, am I gonna sneeze again? I'm just trying to, like, accept it more myself. Is someone in my house? God, I need to stop, like, fucking hearing shit, because that's scaring me. Their ribs flared out more. Jesus Christ, Simon! God, my cat just opened the fucking door and scared the shit out of me. You can't do that! I was already on edge because I heard a noise, and then you decided to do that stupid bullshit. What the fuck? God. Fuck you, Simon. Fuck you.